guys, Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing this all-new 2022 Kia Forte GT. And before we start, I want to give a huge thank you to Darius and the rest of the management and staff here at Regal Kia in Lakeland, Florida for making this review possible. These guys are awesome. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're in Florida looking for a new car, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Darius. Despite being a part of one of the more competitive automotive markets in the United States, the Forte has always been a decent seller for Kia as a brand, joining their lineup back in 2008, replacing the Spectra platform. And here we have the third generation Kia Forte. The third generation Forte was brought to the United States back in 2018, and in 2022 we received a facelift, a couple updates including new lighting, new interior features, as well as this all-new GT trim that we see here. The GT is available both in a 7-speed dual clutch automatic transmission and a 6-speed manual. What's interesting to me is the manual Kia Forte GT is actually going to cost about $1,000 more than the dual clutch. You really do not see that in many vehicles on the road today. But here we have the 7-speed dual clutch Kia Forte GT starting around $23,500. Let's see what we get. So up front, you can see your flickering headlights, LED daytime running lights, and fog lights beneath. Really beautiful design, functional airflow over here in the corner. Going to help when it comes to aerodynamics and cooling. GT badge on the grille, updated 2022 Kia logo. And I'm really liking the red accents you see here on the grille, some brushed aluminum beneath. It's not going to be a shiny chrome. Really going to help when it comes to the aggression. And above the daytime running lights for these LED headlights, you see a really nice quilted pyramid design. This blue metallic paint, also gorgeous. We'll take a step back. You can take a look at the front styling one more time. And as you notice beneath, you have more airflow for your intercooler and your radiator right up top. Really liking the front design. Definitely distinguishes itself from the LXS that we have already reviewed on this channel. As far as the wheel and tire setup, also impressive. Here we have our 18-inch rims. I'm liking the design with the gunmetal gray and silver contrast. Red accented Kia logo in the center for the center cap. The tires are 225/40 R18 Kumho Malmsteen Solus tires. I've never driven a vehicle with these particular Kumho tires. However, we'll see how it performs once we take this car out for a drive. You notice a red stripe running along your Forte GT, smart access for the driver and the front passenger, black contrasted mirrors with an LED turn signal on them. The glass fills up the entire frame, blind spot monitoring, black trim surrounding your windows, blacked out B-pillar, no sunroof or anything like that. As far as the window sticker, here we have our 2022 Forte GT. Standard GT line features include a 2.0 multi-point fuel injection 4-cylinder engine. However, since this is the GT, we are going to upgrade to the 1.6 turbo with 201 horsepower and a 7-speed dual clutch automatic transmission. The standard safety features we would get in a GT line are also going to be shared here for the GT. We get forward collision warning, forward collision avoidance assist, pedestrian, blind spot collision avoidance assist, rear cross traffic avoidance assist, lane departure warning, safe exit warning, lane keep assist, lane following assist, driver attention warning, and high beam assist. A lot of assists. Safety, regular safety features, you can pause, take a look at those. In the interior, we're also going to be sharing basically the GT line interior with the 10.25-inch touchscreen with navigation and map care, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, rear view camera, dynamic guidelines, USB media port, and 12-volt outlet. The GT line sport design leather steering wheel, although since this is the GT, we're going to get the GT steering wheel with paddle shifters. Steering wheel controls, smart key with push button and remote start, GT line cloth and Syntex seating material. That's going to continue, although instead of the GT line badging, of course, we're going to be getting the GT badging. Dual zone automatic climate control, auto defogger, multi-adjustable manual front seats. It'd be nice to get power seats, at least for the driver, because this vehicle is starting to approach the $25,000 mark. Anyway, outside for the GT line, you can pause, take a look at all these. We are going to be sharing the LED fog lights, LED tail lights, and LED daytime runners. However, here for the GT, we are going to be getting quite a few upgrades, including these 18-inch machined alloy wheels, sport-tuned suspension, sport-tuned dual exhaust. It actually sounds pretty nice. We'll start her up in 1 second. LED headlights, GT steering wheel with paddle shifters, rear USB charge port, and rear vents. Wireless phone charger too, and a compact spare tire. The only options we get on this GT are these floor mats for $155 at their $1,000 destination charge. Total vehicle price is gonna be sitting at tick over $24,500. So as far as fuel economy, also impressive. 30 combined MPGs, 27 city, 35 highway. Not too bad. No smart access in the rear, wouldn't really be expected. The gas tank is not a push to open. I'll show you guys where the latch is inside. Same wheel and tire setup out rear, just a smaller brake caliper will be the only difference. LED taillights, as we mentioned, really nice design with that light pattern continuing to the center. It's not going to light up completely in the center, however it does reflect, so at night it looks really premium. Forte badging. It's not going to be a shiny chrome material. It's like a gunmetal gray. Shout out Regal Kia in Lakeland, Florida. GT badge on the right side, reverse lights. Well, let's start this Kia Forte GT up and hear how this 1.6 liter turbo sounds. All right, guys, that was, of course, the sound of the 1.6 liter turbo sold by Kia for this 2022 Forte GT. It actually sounds pretty aggressive considering this is only a 1.6 liter engine. And no struts, unfortunately. We're going to have to deal with the prop ride as soon as we figure it out. We can check out this 1.6 liter turbo GDI gasoline direct injection engine. But here you have it. This engine makes 201 horsepower, 195 pound-feet of torque. Pretty powerful motor, enough to get this front-wheel drive sedan to 60 in around 6 to 6.5 seconds. Pretty quick. We'll check all that out once you take it out for a drive. Little aluminum stick running between both your strut towers should aid with the overall handling. Let's shut this prop rod right up as soon as we figure it out. And not a lot of padding, so you are going to be burning your hand a little bit, but we'll take one more step back. You can get a good look at that front styling. Really liking those light patterns for the daytime runners and those fog lights. All very, very premium. But as far as the interior, also an impressive part about this Forte GT. We'll hop right over here and check it out. Again, we get smart access for the driver and the front passenger. Soft touch for the entire door panel, stitching for the center portion, red contrast stitching for the armrest. Very soft padding, auto one touch for the driver, no auto one touch for the other passengers, but still nice to get it for the driver. Really nice aluminum door handle, and I'm really liking this pattern you see here for the side piece. 2 speakers on the door. The seats are also very comfortable and surprisingly supportive. The Syntex material surrounds the outside, cloth in the center with red contrast stitching throughout the entire center portion. Similar seats to the GT line, it's just instead of the GT line badging you see up top, we're getting the GT. Unfortunately, the seats are not power adjustable. To recline the seats, you pull this latch. You can adjust the height here and slide back and forth with this bottom latch. Trunk release, gas tank release, and these pedals. I'm really liking the aluminum plating on them, but we can step inside and really check out the interior on this 2022 Forte GT. We'll turn this air down by a couple so you guys can hear a little bit better. But the first thing we notice is the steering wheel. Of course, the GT specific steering wheel, aluminum outside of it, Kia, updated Kia badging. The horn itself, really aggressive sounding horn. Actually kind of surprised me with the aggression there. Piano black surrounding the steering wheel up top. Perforated leather, pretty thick steering wheel overall with red contrast stitching all throughout. Really nice 9 and 3, caves in very well for your hands, and of course, flat bottom. Paddle shifters have a aluminum chrome outline, however, they still feel like plastic shifters. The steering wheel commands include voice commands. You can adjust between AM, FM, and Sirius. Volume, skip, phone settings, and favorites. This adjusts your little heads-up cluster so you can see drive info, since refueling information, accumulated info, digital speedometer. We're probably going to leave it there for the purpose of this review. Turn by turn, since this vehicle does come equipped with GPS. Tire pressure, you can only see the tire pressure while you're driving, and your heads up lane informations at all times, and your attention level. Pretty cool features. We'll leave it at the digital speedo. It's my personal favorite. 6,500 RPM tach, coolant temperature beneath 160 for the speedometer, and your gas gauge beneath that. You see all your lighting controls up top. Currently all the lights are on. We'll put them right back down to auto. Nice to have auto headlights. No rain sensing wipers. Wouldn't really be expected for this pretty inexpensive sedan. If you want to adjust the intermittent function, you have these stocks right here. To the left of the steering wheel, interior brightness, sensors for blind spot, traction control you can disable, the hood latch right in the corner, and the steering wheel tilt and telescope function right here. And this steering wheel, it telescopes really far. So if you're a taller driver, you can have a very comfortable position in this car. The dashboard gets this nice stitched material. It's just plastic. However, the stitching does make it appear more premium. Aluminum surrounding the bottom portion of the screen. GT badging. I'm not sure if you can pick it up on camera, but we get a nice little GT badge that your passenger can take a look at. As far as the 10.25 inch screen, I've been a huge fan of Kia screens lately. We can take a look at the map right here. Unbelievably responsive, one of the more responsive screens in the business. Unbelievable resolution, huge thumbs up for the screen. And the sound system, also impressive. We get Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, hazards in the center, vents, auto climate control. As we mentioned, you can adjust the vent speed if you prefer using the manual climate. Wireless charging pad right up top of this top portion, more storage beneath, 2 USB ports and a 12-volt, good spot for a radar detector. The gear selector controls, of course, the 7-speed dual clutch transmission. The manual shift controls, you can slap it to the left, use the incorrect directions for the downshifts and upshifts. Not a big deal though, because these paddle shifters are a very high quality material and they respond pretty well. The backup camera, also pretty high resolution. I am impressed with Kia's backup camera for this Forte GT. We get guidance lines and trajectory. Really high quality all around. We can adjust between 2 different views. You can also get a trailer hitch view if you plan on lining up the rear end of your Forte GT to a trailer receiver. But we can take it out of reverse, throw it back into park, and it returns us right back to the map. And I'm gonna leave it here. It's my personal favorite to look at all times. Drive mode select in the bottom. We have normal, sport, and smart mode. We'll start this review in normal and then transition into sport. 2 cup holders, they're not rubberized. They have these little flappy things to keep your drinks in place. Parking brake, nice feature considering this vehicle also comes equipped with a manual transmission option. The armrest, pretty soft, not the softest. This is not gonna be as hard as my Camaro. As far as the center console space itself, pretty spacious. I would expect you to fit 5, maybe 6 12-ounce cans, probably not anything larger because it's not the deepest console, but pretty large overall space for the surroundings. The glove box, we can pop it right here. It's gonna be damped, not very large, just pretty spacious. I would expect you to fit between 15 and 20 license plates. Not too bad. Soft touch material above the glove box. However, this bottom portion is all going to be hard plastic. Engine start stop button. Rear view mirror, not frameless, not auto dimming either, but you can pull this little flap back and forth to adjust the dim. Interior brightness, sunglass holder, but that's about it when it comes to this interior. Pretty impressive considering that this vehicle only costs around 24,000 bucks. Let's hop out back, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the materials. All right, guys, stepping inside the 2022 Forte GT. The door panel is all hard plastic for the top and middle portion. However, this little stitch material does appear pretty premium. Aluminum door handle, great resistance, some piano black surrounding it. Pretty soft armrest, not the softest. It's just like leather with hard plastic beneath it. However, the red accents are nice. Speaker, a little bit of storage. You could probably fit a 16, 20-ounce water bottle. However, it is positioned sideways, so I'd make sure that the lid is tightly closed. The seats back here, still gonna be the Syntex contrasted cloth seats, really nice. I'm liking the red contrast stitching for the center portion and the bolsters. As far as legroom, I'm 6 feet tall sitting behind my seat settings, and I still have at least like 2-3 inches of legroom, so pretty impressive. Footroom, more than enough. Air vents, USB port, cargo net behind the passenger seat. The center armrest, you have to jab your hand to access it, no string. But pretty soft leather, 2 cup holders with a pass-through, good spot for a phone. I'm liking this back seat space. I have more than enough room. LED lights, nice. And one thing I notice is these little foam pockets let you still see the exterior color of your Forte GT. They don't quite cover it all up. I'm not sure if the lighting is affecting it too much, but same thing on the other side. That's about it for this interior, guys. Let's check out the trunk real quick and then take this Forte GT out for a drive. All right, guys, to get into this trunk, you simply pull this latch right over here. It gives you a little boost coming up. It gets a little bit close to the windshield, but not close enough to really worry. Same thing as the LXS we reviewed. The hinges will crush your cargo if you pack it up any higher than that in this location. However, I'm really liking the fact that we get these really nice cutouts behind the wheel wells, really allowing for at least 2 golf bags back here. The seats fall down 60-40 split. Pretty deep. I can't reach the back seats, so you have a pretty deep trunk. I would expect you to fit between a 50 and 60 inch E back here if you fold those seats down. Pretty spacious. We can drop this right back here. Also like that black lip spoiler you see up top. Really nice rear end styling. But let's take this 2022 Forte GT out for a drive. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of this all-new 2022 Kia Forte GT. Let's take it out for a drive. And I'm excited to take it out for a drive because, as you heard in the exhaust clip, this thing sounds pretty nice. So let's see how this 201 horsepower, 195 pound-feet of torque, 1.6 liter turbo feels as soon as we get the chance. But all right, guys, stepping out over here, we'll lean into it about halfway. Ooh. Wow, once the power kicks in, this thing feels surprisingly quick. Try out these manual shift modes. It immediately puts you into sport too. quick shifts. And it does have like forward collision warning. For some reason, it activates when you're like a good 100 yards away from the car in front of you. That's pretty interesting, but downshift. Whew. Sounds pretty aggressive. I am liking the sound of this 1.6 liter turbo. All right, guys, stepping out over these train tracks right here. And with this dual clutch, it doesn't really have to engage. You do have a nice roll off the line, but the train tracks, very smooth. And I think we're gonna try to get around this guy. I can't see him going anywhere, but right back out here, lean into like halfway. Ooh. Sharp steering in sport mode. Wow, great feel. Very good response. Wow, this is nice. And come in. Whew, you can hear a little blow off as you let off that gas, but we got a school zone right here. We'll slow down a little bit and I'll catch back with you in 1 second. All right, guys, I'll try to get an acceleration off the line right here. Try to get a good launch and on the gas. Ooh. Yeah, this thing can really rip. This is no slouch. Throwing it in. Woo. Guys, this thing can rip. Great handling. We don't have to push it a whole lot farther than that. Wow, that is a great handling sports sedan. I was not expecting it to feel so sharp. The steering feels great. Excellent feel for an electric steering rack. This is a fantastic feel. We'll throw it right back into just regular drive, put it back into normal mode. Let this guy go in front of us. And just take it out for a regular drive right here. Light on the throttle. Good torque. A little road noise on the concrete pavement, but really nothing unbearable. Quiet interior, great steering. Even in normal mode, the steering is really good. Sport mode does tighten it up a little bit, but even in normal mode, this car has a fantastic steering rack. The steering wheel too, great feel in your hands. Love the perforated leather, great notches too, thick up top. Really a huge thumbs up. I'm really loving the sports sedan, especially considering it costs less than $25,000. All right, guys, we put it back into sport mode. We'll hop out right here, second gear, and on the gas. Whew, it feels strong. Brakes feel good. Steering feels excellent, guys. Whew, this is a fun sports sedan, and that exhaust note is surprisingly throaty. From the factory, it sounds really good. Throwing it right back into just regular drive will calm down, and the revs immediately go back to normal. Nice and quiet. Still a good throttle response. It takes very little gas pedal to keep this vehicle moving. But speaking of exhaust note, I could only imagine what this car would sound like if you do a resonator delete, maybe a downpipe or something along those lines. It sounds really good. Well, we got a couple more twisties right here, just regular drive. The steering still feels absolutely excellent. I'm really liking the steering rack, and I'm really liking this car all around. This car moves. It is not a slouch. I can definitely see 0 to 60 happening quicker than 6.5 seconds. It may be tough getting quicker than 6.5 seconds because since this vehicle is only front wheel drive, you're gonna have a reasonable amount of wheel spin off the line, but from a roll, once the boost kicks in, this thing really takes off. One more time on the gas, about halfway. Ooh. Yeah, this thing can really move. We get to highway speeds very quickly. Other than that, guys, I want to give a huge thank you to Darius and the rest of the management and staff here at Regal Kia in Lakeland, Florida for making this review possible. Really impressive car. I had a great time taking it out for a drive. Really beautiful interior. Pretty good sound system. I wasn't able to demonstrate that for you guys due to the copyright purposes, but you take my word for it. This sound system sounds excellent. And the car itself feels excellent. The shifts are super quick. This engine is both torquey and sounds very, very good. I'm really impressed with this car overall. I would definitely recommend anybody looking for a first car, a just first sports car, entry-level sports car. This is a great way to start, especially if you need a back seat, you need a usable back seat. Like, I'm 6 feet tall, sitting behind my seat settings, I have plenty of space. The car, you're not fishing for power at all. Great low-end torque, great top-end horsepower too. It really does pull all the way to red line. Really impressive car. Other than that, guys, huge thanks to all you guys for watching. Again, I had a great time making this video. If you're new to this channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know I have endless gratitude for all the subscribers. I really appreciate all of your constant support. You know, the channel is just not possible without you guys, but if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out, the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars or trucks you'd like to see reviewed in this channel too. And I'll definitely try to get those videos for you as soon as possible. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.